feedback for that day, so that we can then create a better future for ourselves. So today, I just want to just go through the room. I'm going to give you less than 30 seconds, quick 30 seconds, just introduce yourself, who you are. And also, when you drink Bryanston breakfast, if you're a member or if you're a guest, just say a bit about yourself, why you're here. So you can just quickly start from here.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
I'm glad to be back after almost a year. I have been a member of the Bryanston Breakfast Club for about 23 years now. I'm glad to be back.
What's your name?
My name is Kisam Falila.
Hey, short. Excellent. Thank you.
Hold your applause until the end. Repeat 30 seconds.
Hi guys, I'm Curtis Marburg. I've been a starting member of this club, but I had to leave for a short while. I'm starting to come back into the club and ready for that.
Hi, I'm Keith Bowen. I'm a member of Transformers and Speechways Toastmasters, and I was here when we were trying to get the club going, and I was here in the beginning when we moved to this section, but I've never been a member.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kanyani Zazoa. I am a member of Sanapeko Professional Club. I've just recently.
Hello everyone, my name is Nils. It's my first time.
Oh, welcome.
My name is Nadine Robin. I've been visiting since last month and I'm in the process of joining.
Remember to take notes.
Good morning everyone, my name is Hamza. The reason I came to Toastmasters is to become more confident in the leadership skills.
Good morning everybody, my name is Femi Mube. I'm a member of Bryanston Toastmasters. I've been with the club for 23 years, I've been in 2017. Thank you.
Good morning everyone, my name is Sultana Moyo. I'm a visitor to support members and
Morning everybody, my name is Gino Lupini. I've been a member since 2016-ish. So, thank you.
Good morning, I'm Yana. I'm a member of Danger and Diamonds and Golden Gavel, and I've been visiting here since they first started, and it's been a year since I've been here. Congratulations on your 100th meeting.
Thank you.
Good morning everybody, my name is Dimitri and I have the pleasure of both being your area director and division director and helping you as a club get to your 100th meeting, so I'm really happy.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mohana. I'm from Innovation Toastmasters.
Good morning, I'm Lucinda and I'm from Bacon and Egg, which is in Morganstrip, also a breakfast club. And I enjoy this club, I always do. I just love coming, I love the energy of this club. And happy birthday, Bryanston. What a celebration for you all.
Hi everyone, my name is Paul McKinnon. I'm one of the original founding members. It's great to be here. The VPE did a fantastic job at getting all the old faces. I see our first member, our first joining member, all the people that supported this club to get self-sustaining. Welcome, and I look forward to chatting to you later.
My name is Brian Hammond. I've recently joined a new club, Johannesburg Entrepreneurial Club. I enjoy coming here. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Narendra Asrani. Visiting second time and hope to continue further.
Good morning, my name is Jan Roberts. I'm a member of Bryanston and Diamonds and I've been a regular visitor here for many years and I love coming back time and time again. Thank you.
Goeiemôre almal. Ek kom van Pretoria. Good morning. My name is Martin Porter and I'm from Centurion Toastmasters Club. And my actual task is to be the chauffeur for my friend.
The shakes.
Can't drink anymore. My name is Dave Kent. I'm from similar club team, which is the same club. From St. Turian. I come here for the breakfasts.
Morning everyone, my name is Fatima Abdullah. I'm a guest and Google brought me here.
Google?
Yes.
Google? Oh, Google, not Google.
Yes. This is how I got my first response.
Morning everyone, I'm Sharon Bumba from Bryanston Club. I used to run the catering here, so when Trina was looking for a venue for a new Toastmasters club, she came in here, and that's how long I've been involved. I've been back for 2 years, and so I'm really glad to be here today.
And you're baking an egg today.
No thanks.
Good morning everyone, I'm Mandy. I've been with this club for 1.5 years and very happy that I'm continuing with this club.
Morning everyone, my name is Michael Glencross. I've been with Florida Toastmasters for 8 or 9 years. I've recently moved to West Rand. And I was associated with this club when it was starting up, and I was a club mentor. So I'm delighted that you've reached your first century.
Morning everybody. Hello. I'm Sophie Silkulu from the Elevation Toastmasters. I'm a visitor.
Hi there, my name is Elaine Nevis. I joined Toastmasters 2 months ago. I'm yet to learn to become a more confident speaker.
You're doing well, kid.
Morning everyone, my name is Tamu. I've been a member of Bryanston Breakfast Club for just over a year now. I, like Dave, I'm also here for the breakfast.
Good morning everyone, my name is Tanya. I am a member of this club. I think I've been here at the same time as Mandy, so I'm going to say 1.5 years. I thought it was a year, so 1.5 years probably. Came like many others to learn how to speak better in public. But the wonderful extra surprise benefit is that I've met some wonderful people along the way. So, thank you very much to all the members of the club and visitors and guests.
Good morning. Excuse me for not standing up.
I
am Johan. I am a charter member of this club, and it's a privilege to be here today to celebrate 100. And thank you, Sharon, too, and the rest of you.
Thank you.
Sir. You.
He had a knee replacement, not a brain transplant. I am Diana, Johan's tamed tiger. And chauffeur and nurse.
Good morning everyone, I'm Joe Sullivan. I was a member of this club. I haven't renewed my with a new subscription, but I hope to do so to everyone.
Morning everyone, I'm Sophie Silkulu from Elevation Toastmasters. I'm just visiting.
Good morning everyone, I'm Judith Taylor. I've been at this club for a long, long time. It's great to see them make 100 meetings. I'm actually with Maurice Bay and Golden Gap.
Good morning everyone, I'm Rick Robenheimer. I'm Area Director for H5, which is largely with me. I'm a member at Maurice Bay Toastmasters, and shortly to be a dual member at Woodland Toastmasters. And why am I here? Well, essentially every second and fourth Saturday we get out and the car comes here automatically.
Good morning everyone, my name is Patricia Lawson-Smith. I joined Toastmasters in 2001. He's the only one that's allowed to call the tracks you do not follow. I joined Toastmasters in 2001, but I had to give it up. My daughter had a learning difficulty and I gave it up when she went into high school. But I promised myself when she finished the trip I would find a way to get back to Toastmasters. I bumped into Paul on Thursday evening, and he told me about the meeting. I said, that's for me, and that's for me.
Well done.
Bring the membership forms now. Hi, my name is Trina. This club started when there was 5 people, all knew me, in the Baron upstairs. Time after time, we used to go in, and the smell from Friday night downstairs was gagging. We sometimes used to get there and there was nobody there to open. So we were kind of meeting outside in the car park. And we went to the local cafe and had a meeting there. I think you were there that one, you used to remember the meeting in the cafe. So to come and just smell these people here is...
Good morning, I'm Vanessa. I'm a guest here. I work at Bryanston Sports Club. I'm the admin manager.
I shall look after these people though.
Hi, my name is Nick Keane. I'm the current Bryanston Sports Club chairman here. So again, congratulations for your 100th birthday. Thank you very much for choosing this venue. As much as you found the venue, we also welcome anybody that uses our venue and supports the club. Those of you who don't know too much about it, but we have tennis, we have bowls, we have squash, and we have social. We are approximately about 800 members at any one time. We obviously have a bit of flux, people coming and going. So yeah, we continue to thrive as a club, and we've got some challenges right now with regards to lease renewal. Some of you might be aware of what's going on within the country. So municipal clubs are under pressure, and we are working towards renewing the lease as this is municipal ground, and then we can continue offering you the facilities moving forward. But again, congratulations, thank you very much, and thank you very much for the invite for Vanessa and myself.
Well done, sir.
Hi, Dan and Candy. It's nice to see a lot of familiar faces.
That's on the kid.
I'm the guy who stands on my kid. I'm on babysitting duties, but I didn't want to miss the event. So I'll try to keep as quiet as possible. I'm also the monkey bar. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nanzi. I am a member of this club. I have been since I was listening to Dino, 2016. I know I have been away for a while, but I'm happy to be back because I think I still have a journey with my Toastmaster journey.
My name is Onika. I'm the member of this club. I joined in October 2018. I'm happy. I love Toastmasters and I'm spreading the word. I only knew about it last year. I joined immediately and I'm spreading the word.
Good morning, my name is Lynn Logie. I am a member of this club, BPE. I've been a member for just over a year and I'm here to sprinkle hundreds on the table today. Thanks.
Good morning, my name is Harold Robinson. I'm actually president of the club. I'm so overwhelmed with the 100th, I've got our area director to do my job for me today.
So Bryanston has reached a milestone. Can you please give a round of applause for reaching 100 meetings today? This session is very, very strategic because the VPM was taking names of those people that should be approaching so that we can add on to the numbers that we already have and continue growing our club going forward. I'm happy today that founder members that had sort of hibernated, took a break from Toastmasters, are here with us, which is great. We've got Paul, we've got Trina, also got our immediate past district director, Keith Bowen, is with us. And it's great to see all those faces come together for an occasion like this, when we are celebrating such a milestone. To go on with our program, Can I ask our VPE to confirm the program and any changes?
Thank you, Mr. President. There is just one change, and that is Keith's speech will be evaluated by Jana and not Dimitri. Thank you.
Thank you. I now call upon Martin to come to the front to give a toast to Bryanston Breakfast Toastmasters. And while he's doing that, can you please ensure that your glasses are shined up? I understand we've got wine, we've got yeah. You just got the water. So we need While we are doing that, please help me to welcome Martin in the front to do the big mark. The big mark, Martin.
I am not the big man. Everybody's so agitated with their right, special guest, Honourable Harold Robertson. Where are you, Harold? There we are, thank you. President of this club, the members of Bryanston Toastmasters Club, fellow Toastmasters, visitors and guests. Thank you for the invitation to attend this special 100th meeting of your club. Just got a few things I'd like to share. Dave Gaines, Little Dave, some of you have met him, you can hold him up, David.
It's not me.
Little Dave and I have always been warmly welcomed when we had opportunity to dare come across from the Boerewors curtain, also known as the Yukskai River, and observe how the foreigners in Bryanston conduct themselves. Some might have thought we came only for the breakfast. I gotcha. Okay, we didn't arrive for the breakfast, but of course we have over the years made wonderfully beautiful and not so beautiful friends here at the Bryanston Toastmasters Club. You've noticed that the coffee here is served in cups. How many of the members realize that coffee should be drunk from a mug? All over the world, it is tea that is drunk from cups, while mugs are usually reserved for coffee and hot chocolate. Nevertheless, I'm reminded of a recent situation where a Toastmaster held a mug upside down and said to the Sergeant at Arms, I can't drink from this mug. Has it got an opening? That's when the Sergeant at Arms, the clever one, examined the mug and said, you're right. Besides that, it's got no bottom either. Intelligent Toastmasters on the Boerewors curtain side, and yeah, know that a mug can be slang for a face or for an attack or rob in a public place. For example, I was mugged in broad daylight, and we have mug shots of that Toastmaster at the police station. It's when Dave and I returned from Bryanston to our villas in Centurion that we have animated discussions regarding our perceptions of the meeting we had just attended. Little Dave, as usual, has nothing to say and just stares at us with his beady little eyes. Oh, come on, that was a joke, please. We've come to the conclusion that we need to leave a legacy celebrating the Bryanston Breakfast Toastmasters Club's 100th meeting. Mr. President and Dave, please join me here at the lectern as we wish to present to the club a floating trophy, also known as the mug of the day, to this club. We need to emphasize, Steve and I, that we spent hours searching for a suitable mug. But when we went to pick it up, half of it fell off. We didn't handle that episode very well. Oh, you got it! It's now been lovingly restored and should give many years of use. Especially just stand there before that. We suggest that this mug of the day be awarded at the end of every meeting to the person who made the most clever or inane or silly comment during the meeting. We advise, however, that the mug of the day who receives the trophy has only temporary possession of the trophy. Otherwise, the mug of the day will disappear with the mug of the day. Remember, you don't want to have the trouble to go down to the police station and file a police report. You might get mugged. David.
This is the mug we found. It was in the back of a pawn shop, not that type of pawn shop. It was so old that the owner gave it to us for nothing. We had to fix up and break. It's an honor to present to you, Mr. President, with the mug. It says here, mug of the day. Cup. Donated by myself and Martin.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm not sure how I feel receiving the mug of the day. But thank you very much. It's always nice to have you guys here. It's always like now meeting up, and you've done it again. And you're going to do it for us later on. Fine. Yes, here you go. She's the day. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dave.
Next on our program. Next on the program is Paul, one of the founder members of this club, to do a toast to Bryanston Breakfast of the Club. With a round of applause, please help me to welcome Paul.
Mr. Acting President, honourable guests that haven't been for a while, potential members, welcome. Every story has a beginning. Every journey starts with the first step, including this club. 5 years ago, I was having breakfast at my parents' house, and my mom was complaining that she hadn't attended Toastmasters for a while because she wasn't able to drive at night. And there wasn't much of an option back then of a meeting like this to attend in the northern suburbs. So my response to her was, why don't we start a club? Most people are too complacent just to complain that there aren't options, there aren't opportunities. They're complacent just allowing status quo to stay as is. But once in a while, you get people and friends who are willing to start something and put something into motion that is going to outlive them, that is greater than them. It's going to give the opportunity to people like you to be here today. And it reminds me of a story of a little girl that was watching her mother roast beef. And every day, before the mother would roast the beef, she would cut off a slice from the front and a slice from the back, sear it, put it in the pan. So she asked her mom, "Mom, why do you cut off the front and the back of the roast before putting it in the pan? Mother said, my dear, I don't know. I watched your granny do this, and I thought it was the best way because that's how she did it. Why don't you ask Granny? So she goes to Granny and she says, Granny, Mommy says, why do you cut the front and the back of the roast before searing it and putting it in the pan? I don't know. I watched my mommy do it. Why don't you go to Great Granny? She maybe tell you that this is the family secret and give you the inside information because I don't know. I just copied what Granny did. So she goes to Great Gran and says, Great, why do you cut off the front and the back of the roast before putting it into the pan? Granny says, it's simple, my dear. I never had a pan big enough. So for all of you here today, you are amongst the few that are seeing opportunities in every challenge. You're seeing growth, you're seeing development, you're seeing the value of investing in yourself. And that is why Bryanston Breakfast Club was launched. That is why you have the opportunity to be here today. So today we're going to toast to everyone that is here from the beginning, everyone that is here now, and everyone that's going to be here in 50 years from now. So stand, raise your glass. Bryanston Breakfast. Bryanston Breakfast Club.
Toastmasters International is a fantastic organization. It has helped hundreds, if not thousands of people to overcome nervousness, to create leaders, as we've seen in this club, tremendous leaders, Tina and Sharon, and they in turn have promoted other members to come forward and give of themselves. So to Toastmasters International, will you all rise and drink to Toastmasters International? Toastmasters International. Cheers.
For this club to be where it is, there are people that were behind it, the brains that were behind it, the hands that were behind it, for us to reach this milestone. And today, we would want them to share and give a tribute to this club in terms of how it has impacted them, in terms of whatever they would want to share about this club. And I would require at least two people from each table to share a quick one to 1.5 minute tribute. We start from here, Keith.
Thank you.
Proper speech.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. I also remember when the club was starting, Trina pointing out that we were at the, what was it called? The Baron, yes, the Baron was very entertaining. It was fun. And those meetings we used to have outside and at the cafe, and then coming through here, this has just really been such a godsend for the club, that it was a fantastic venue for us, and it really worked. It was the atmosphere that helped create the new club as it was. Each club that starts has a culture, and this club has developed a culture of its own identity that is really spectacular. I mean, unfortunately, I haven't been here for 2 years maybe, but it's been a while. But I can see that the club has really grown. You can always tell that there's a lot of atmosphere. We've had fantastic presidents, members, people who participated and make it grow. But it all started with, as Paul pointed out, that idea that Trina and Paul had, that we want a Saturday morning club, and it worked. there was a lot of effort from a lot of good people, and I think mainly because Trina was also just determined to get it done. So well done, and I really think it's an amazing achievement, and I really hope we get the 500th, the 1000th meeting at some point in the future. We'll be able to come back and share these stories again. Thank you.
Can I ask the IPDD to just share the tribute about the club?
Thank you, Mr. Area Director. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize if I have my back to some of you. This club is very close to my heart and very important to me. I became involved with Bryanston Breakfast Club from when Margot was still our area director, and she phoned me up one day and she said, listen, what are you doing on Saturdays? Because I've got a club that's really having strange issues and struggling along, and we need to get it to grow and get it to give us a down. Please come and help me. So I came along to have a look and see what this was all about, and they haven't been able to keep me away since. This club has been instrumental in me completing my first DTM, in fact, because there's been a lot of people here who have helped me by being the guinea pig and allowing me to mentor them and teach them the odd thing that maybe I've learned in Toastmasters so far. It's also been the club that has given me the opportunity to mentor some presidents and grow my leadership skills and really get into the Toastmasters program and what the Toastmasters program can offer if you're willing to get up off your seat. That could be a substitute word, and do some work. So I'm very proud to see where this club has gotten to so far. I'm very grateful to the club because it's helped me get to where I am. It's also introduced me to the sports club, of which I'm now also a member. Yeah. So it's really helped to extend my circle of influence and the people, the wonderful people that I get to meet and interact with. So I can only be grateful for that. So thank you to Bryanston.
All right.
Sports club.
May I ask, Jan has been here from the beginning. Help me.
Well,
Yeah, well, you
As much as I'm unaccustomed to speaking. For me, Toastmasters has been a journey. And the person that has inspired me the most has been my mom. I was given the opportunity to join Toastmasters when I was 17. The legal age for joining is 18. The club allowed me to do 3 speeches before my 18th birthday. I became the area governor at the age of 22. And the amount of people that I've been able to positively affect through being in Toastmasters and all the subsidiary activities and training that I've done since, the ripple effect I will never see. But you get given the skills in an environment like this to impact on your world and to make it greater. So see this as an opportunity. If this is something that you see is going to add value to you, what do you think it's going to do to the people you come into contact with? Bryanston Breakfast Club, I have seen people like Purvis join, not even be able to stand up and speak without blushing and not being able to put a sentence together. Your first speech you weren't able to do even without reading it. And look at you now. You were able to go through the entire program and you've just blossomed. So seeing people go through that sort of life-changing experience is why we started this club and why I encourage each one of you, if this is where your heart is, to spend time here on a Saturday if you do and make an impact on the next generation that are coming through.
Then can I also ask our founding president of this club, Trina, to share?
You want me to share without crying? Over the years, I've seen people join for different reasons. We all have a reason why we walk through that door. For any Toastmasters club, you have a reason. And I joined Toastmasters. My reason is probably totally different to why you will join and you will join and you will join. I originally joined Toastmasters because they've got a pub next door. And it was an evening meeting, and I wanted to learn how to behave myself in mixed company when my husband wasn't in the same room. that was my reason for joining, not to get up and speak. That was Wade. I had to get up and introduce myself at the first meeting, and we do, we put people on the spot at their first meeting. Oh, tell us your name. I broke 3 nails because of holding onto the table because I was so nervous. So even if you have a lot of nerves when you come to speak, you can control them. And this is the place where you learn to do it. And what's so beautiful is when the meeting is finished, it's still daylight and you can go home in the daytime. You don't have to go home at night where you might have roadblocks, breathalyzers, roadblocks and breathalyzers and that type of thing that's happening now. It's an ideal opportunity to learn and grow in a fun environment, but where you're challenged. And I wish Bryanston Breakfast continues. They're part of the Toastmasters team, and yet they've got their own identity, but we still follow the program. And honestly, you get your program either online or however you do it these days. If you work the program works. The same as Alcoholics Anonymous. You work the program works. So, if you haven't joined yet, join. If you've lapsed, rejoin. Because there's always something to learn and grow within a Toastmasters meeting.
Our visitors and the guests join this club. You can see the vibe, you can see the energy. What is this kind of energy? This will boost the whole weekend for you if you join this club.
May I have a word, please, Mr. Chairman? One of the greatest successes of this club was a lady called Monique, I think her name was, American girl. She was mentored by myself and Martin from Centurion. And we told her to join the Bryanston Breakfast Club, which she did. And she rose to president. Now she's going to Houston, where she's mentoring my son. So keep it in the family.
Yeah, talking of Monique, I'm still in touch with her.
Are you?
And yes.
Touching
and
her?
she said, yeah, it's a long way up. You stretch your arm. And she sends her best wishes and congratulations for our 100th birthday.
Last but not least, our current president.
I'm glad you said not least, Thank you very much. All the tributes are well deserved. I just want to give one little tribute to Mr. Keith Bowen, because when the club started, he sponsored us with quite a lot of money. And I thought he was never going to get, I think he thought he was never going to get the money back. And sometimes clubs fall on finances, and I think he helped us through that. So my tribute is to Keith for helping us through that period. I'd also like to pay a tribute to Judith and Rick here, who come, as they said, their car just comes here. I saw a photograph of the club at the beginning, and Judith is there. I saw another photograph a while later, and Judith is there. I saw one recently, Judith is there. So she's been around for a long time. So thanks, Judith and Rick, for your support, and the other people who supported the club right from the start. And that is the end of my tribute.
acknowledge each and every person that is here, each and every person that made it happen, each and every person that was there at the beginning, that is still with us, and that is going to be with us going forward. So thank you so much for making this club great. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here with us on the Saturdays. Obviously, we'll be doing breakfast, but then the most important thing is the network that you create and the impacting that happens in your life. Those you can take away from you. Now this is the time for me to introduce our Toastmaster. I know the session has gone very long. It's now time to introduce our Toastmaster, to introduce the theme of the day, which is proper for such a time as this, accomplishment. With a round of applause, please help me to welcome Jan Roberts as our Toastmaster.
Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and especially all the members of the Bryanston Breakfast Club. I've been a Toastmaster at this club before, but to have the honor of being a Toastmaster at the 100th celebration, I don't take this lightly. And I want to congratulate each and every one and thank you all for bestowing that honor upon me, because there's not many of them 100 celebrations. And I did a little bit of homework. I looked at this, that's what centenary was. It's the 100th anniversary of a significant event. Now, as we Toastmasters know, every Toastmasters meeting is a significant event. But to have so many different Toastmasters from the past, the future and the present together here in one room today is an acknowledgement that Bryanston Toastmasters is a vibrant and amazing and a club that is alive and practices what it preaches every single second Saturday. And I mean, if you don't know it yet, you have to bring friends to this club as well. So, for me, I looked at what does it mean to feel a sense of accomplishment, because accomplishment for me was the right word. I mean, this is indeed an accomplishment. And Mr. Harold, the president, he had already an accomplishment, and you know the mug was deserved, rightly deserved. But I mean, to have an accomplishment, and I looked through the dictionary and I did Google, and it said to feel a sense of accomplishment means to feel like you've achieved something great. And they gave some examples. To feel a sense of accomplishment: winning a sports tournament, getting a really good job, and I didn't quite agree with the third one, doing your taxes 2 months early. Is that an accomplishment? I mean, they probably bring a polished apple to the tax man at the same time. But no, the accomplishment is actually not just the 100th anniversary of this club, but the fact that this club is vibrant. I love this club and I keep coming back. I think the reason they gave me the Toastmasters honor today is because the difference between a cockroach is you can spray a cockroach and they die, but I keep coming back. But you know, and it is for me. When I first came to this country, I had in Scotland, as you might hear, there's a little bit of Scotland in there, ladies and gentlemen. I had one Toastmasters club, and that was 40 kilometers away. Now, some people can't come to a Toastmaster because it's not within 2 kilometers of their homes. This was 40 kilometers away. So when I first came and I stayed in Douglasdale, I still stayed close enough. I came to Douglasdale and I thought, I will Google some of the Toastmasters clubs in 16 miles, you know, maybe I'll find one. There was 47 Toastmasters. I thought I was in Toastmasters heaven. And because I was working from home, I think in the first year I visited more than 30 Toastmasters clubs, fairly regularly. And I wasn't right at the very beginning, but I was here fairly early on, and I was like a pest. I came every second Saturday, I kept coming back. I'm unfortunately not as regularly, but I can promise you, I will keep coming back, because this Toastmasters is one of the, for me, and I'm not, I know, I mean, Centurion is amazing as well, you know, and
Thank you.
Toastmasters, I knew I would get comments if I didn't say that. We're great friends. But the friendships we've made in this club, the friendships we make in Toastmasters, make no mistake, these are like-minded and like-thinking people. That are people who want to accomplish something, and as you said, for every different... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, you made that bad, by the way. For every reason, we all have our own reasons, but we're all here and we're sharing. We're caring, and we actually listen to other people, because I think sometimes it's easier to listen to somebody and learn rather than talk. And then I do a fair bit of talking, but I love sitting here listening to fellow Toastmasters, which we're going to do very shortly. And to be at a club as vibrant as this, if you have never been to other clubs, please go and visit them as well. But I find that this is your Toastmasters club. You're in an amazing space, and not just for the breakfast, by the way. So I also found a few quotes about accomplishment, and one of them was, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something that you're not is indeed a great accomplishment. And that is by Ralph Waldo Emerson. So, congratulations. I congratulate each and every one, not only the Toastmasters, the founders, and I love to see some of the faces above me. We haven't seen some, and I remember, Cobus, I remember you standing here with a piece of paper, and this is what it was. And there was kind of water dripping from his hand, and stuff. And look at him now. I mean, I'm glad to see so many faces coming back who haven't been here for a while. So I congratulate each and every one of them. Now, this has gone on long enough with me talking. I think it's about time the talk has started for other people. Now, before we do this, for those of you who are guests, in every Toastmasters meeting, it's not like a boardroom, like B-O-R-E-D. People go on and on without any recognition of time and repetition. We have people here in any Toastmasters meeting who have roles, the leadership roles in this club. And these are volunteers, sometimes they get volunteered, but these are volunteers who will do a role, and I will take you through some of the, I'll get these people to stand up and just tell you what their role are. And the first, of course, you just take a drink of water. Dino, you're the timekeeper, can you please tell everybody what the timekeeper does?
So my role as timekeeper is to help the prepared speakers, the evaluators, and the table topic people to stay on track. So basically, the prepared speakers have a time limit of 5 to 7 minutes. A green light will come on for the 5 minutes. Then we'll go amber at 6 minutes, 7 minutes. We'll go red, indicating you just slowly wrap up within the next 30 seconds. I will trying to think of, if you go beyond the 30 seconds, what I should be doing. I was going to say I should stand, but it's right in the middle of the room. Awkward big one. What can I do?
Ring a bell.
I'll change the bell. Martin will.
I'll wave.
The top door. It's the top door here works.
I'm normally the one that needs the red light a lot. Then for the evaluators, they will be speaking for 2 to 3 minutes. Again, green to 2.5 minutes for amber and 3 minutes on red. Then the table topics 1 to 2 minutes, following the same process.
Thanks for that.
Cool.
And then we have the counter. Anne Nees, please. Can you tell everybody what it is you do?
Something like that. As our counter, my job is to listen to all of the speakers and make notes of words or sounds used as pause fillers, to often or repeated consequently by anyone who is speaking in this meeting. These words are and, well, but, so, you know. The intent is not so much to catch speakers using pillars, but more to help make you aware of crutch words that you may be using out of habit, which takes away the impact from your public speaking. Thank you.
And then we have the grammarian sitting all the way at the back. Shanti, can you please share with us, please?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. As grammarian, my role today will be to listen out to everybody that will be speaking. Listening out for the good as well as the poor usage of the English language. English is not my first language, so I'll do my best to listen out and I'll give suggestions.
Well, you're Afrikaans, are you?
So I'll do my best to give suggestions for improvements. Also, as grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day today. We should be sitting somewhere on your tables, and right at the front there behind Jan. And the word of the day today is entelechy. Entelechy, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, but you should be having it on your tables there. And the meaning of that word is the realization of potential. And an example of using that word is anyone can have a vision, but one needs entelechy to turn that dream into a reality. So everyone that's speaking today, you are encouraged, please, to use that word. And then I will give the word of the day as well as my report at the end of the session, or rather when I'm called upon to do so.
We also have a tabletop person and an evaluation chair, but they will talk themselves right after the break when they come up and tell you exactly what's going to happen. I hope you're happy with that, yes. So let's get into the speeches of today, and we have four amazing speakers. And the first one, as you can see on your list, it says CC5. Now we had the whole Toastmasters worldwide has changed into a different format, which gives you more options as a Toastmaster which direction you want to take, and it's called pathways. But we call it the old system. That doesn't mean we're all old. It is that the system is kind of getting phased out over the next year. It had Toastmasters manuals, and the CC means competent communicator, and there's 10 speeches in that book, and when you finish the 10 speeches, you become automatically a competent communicator, and then you move on from there to bronze, silver, gold, and with the leadership side beside it, and all these amazing people who, if you don't know DTM, that means Distinguished Toastmaster, they have gone through all the manuals. I think it's 40 speeches, and all the leadership side. So it's a great achievement for anybody who has shown the persistence, the drive, the perseverance to actually become a Distinguished Toastmaster. So I think before we start, can we just applaud every Distinguished Toastmaster in this room? Okay, maybe do this again. Can all the Distinguished Toastmasters please stand up? And now, yes, and Harold sitting down there, can we please give him another round of applause? I also want to say a special mention to Ian, sorry, I'm looking at Ian. And you know, we have to realize, you know, some people won't come to a meeting because they've got a slight cough. Now, the older generation is very tough, and you can't come none tougher than Ian because having just had a serious operation, and you know, having the crutches, can hardly walk. He took his chauffeur and driver and tiger and everybody with him, and his gopher. But you know, Ian, I know Ian, and I've seen him actually going through the speeches. He's a long-standing Toastmaster, but I've seen him when he started here as well, going through his speeches. And to actually be here when he can hardly walk it, he's just had an operation. I think that deserves a special mention.
And thanks to my chauffeur.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so the first one who will speak today is Kisa Falila. And Jana is now going to do her the CC5, what exactly the speech entails. She's going to be the evaluator, so she will tell everybody what the speech is going to be entailing, what she needs to adhere to. So please, Jana.
Okay, so Kisa's doing a CC5, your body speaks, and the objectives are to use stance, movement, gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact to express your message and achieve your speech's purpose. And make your body language smooth and natural, and you have 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, may we please welcome our first speaker in this centenary event today, Kisa Falila, taking the stage.
hear the sound of your own heart beating. Heart is racing as your name is called. Beyonce knows homecoming. Homecoming, Beyonce knows. The audience applauds. It's your time to stand up and start walking to the podium. Sometimes under blindingly bright lights, the heart is still racing. Thump, 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 thump. You are about to deliver that captivating, inspiring, thought-provoking, entertaining speech. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, visitors and guests, don't we all relate to this anxiety-filled roller coaster moment that ensues when your name is called and you are about to stand up and walk to the podium to deliver your speech? With the background sound of an applauding audience. I call it taking the stage moment. I recently decided to give a deep thought and reflect the importance of this moment when you are about to deliver a speech, the taking the stage moment, to ensure that you captivate your audience, they listen to you at the time when you start your speech. I ask myself, what does the speaker need to fill their minds and heart within those very few minutes when your name is called and you are walking to the podium? One, it's the time for absolute deep breathing. When I started this year, I made myself a resolution of taking a new group fitness class that is called Pilates Reformers. And the beauty about this Pilates Reformer is that they teach you the technique of deep breathing. In 4 counts, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. It allows your body, especially your lungs, to fill with air, and as you are releasing through exhalation, you are releasing the anxiety and the stress that can ultimately give you confidence to stand before the audience. Secondly, presence and charisma. We've heard the word presence many times, and until now I'm still struggling to find what the meaning of presence is. There are so many meanings. So I decided to go to Google, and it says the ability to command the attention of the audience by the impressiveness of one's manner or appearance. So that is the time of owning your stage. Take the command in ultimately to have that presence. And the technique that you can follow, according to the advice given, is look at the way the actors own the stage, how they bring you in, how they captivate you to their presence on that stage. Thirdly, another aspect that goes together, I think, with presence is your posture. I would be grateful again for the Pilates Reformer, because the instructor, before you start, says, navel to spine. Your spine should be tall. Open your chest, head level, as you're doing your exercises. And what I've realized is that the beauty of controlling your posture ultimately gives you that inward confidence in yourself as you are walking to the podium. Be mindful of this technique as you are walking to the podium. What message are you sending to the audience? Is it anxiety or is it confidence? Again, walk with a tall spine, open your chest, head level, and a smiling, beaming face that says to the audience, I'm here. I'm here to engage with you, and I'm looking forward to that moment. Fifth, we have heard about self-talk. Self-talk is very important in those split seconds. My own technique is to have phrases that are affirming. I'm going to be generous with my ideas today. I am at my very best at this moment. This is my moment to shine. This is my moment. And these positive affirmations always give you that confidence in yourself to say, I will get to that podium. And lastly, is focus. Clarity of focus. As you are walking to the podium, the audience is applauding, which can be a distraction. So at that moment, you have to learn to silence and zoom in into getting to the podium and deliver your speech. So in conclusion, next time you are taking the stage moment, remember to take a deep breath, have a presence, work on your posture, give yourself a self-talk, and have clarity of focus. As I conclude, I wonder whether I did follow my own taking the stage advice. Mr. Toastmaster.
Yes, I took a deep breath before I came back up. That Pilates stuff does work, doesn't it? You know, mind power is a great thing. I was actually at, most of you probably know Robin Banks. I was at his 2-day training. That's a name, yes, I know. Most of them, I was at his training 2 weeks ago, and it's amazing, the power of the mind. I thought I knew a lot of it already, but when I sat there and I thought, and they talk about quantum mind power as well, that was, but I mean, it's amazing that we have so much, we keep telling ourselves, these little voices in our head keep telling ourselves that we cannot do things. Yet, we don't even know as a human beings that what the power of the mind, what we can actually do. Yet, why do we keep telling ourselves that we cannot do things? Should we not be telling ourselves that we can do things and let anything else prove is different? Because the mind is so powerful. But now, I must say that Kisa, she hasn't been here for about a year, she was telling me, and although the new system is in place now, she wanted to accomplish the finishing of her CC. So she wanted to finish something she'd started. That's also something remarkable and to applaud, because she needs to do another 5 speeches to finish that, and then she said, I will go on to the new system. So at least she's got a competent communicator manual finished. So that's well done. Thank you very much. So for our next speech, we have a wonderful speech, and yes, Lucinda is going to evaluate it. Now I don't know if she's going to say anything about. Are you going to?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster. It's really quite simple because this already is a contest speech. It's Mandy. She came through her clubs, and I'm actually quite honoured to be doing it. He told me you won at Monte Casino that night. It's lovely to hear the speech. Really, this evaluation is solely here to help her polish, to give her guidance, give her pointers, so when she gets to area this week, she wins. And that's really what I'm here to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, it is wonderful because, yes, she won. For those of you who are not aware of it, it's contest season. And it's motivational speech, evaluation, and tabletop. Actually, you'll hear more about the other 2 later on. But Monday, actually, about a month ago, yeah, 4 weeks ago, I think, was it? Yeah. She won, in this club, she won the competition to go forward to the area, because this is part of an area, H2, and then there's a division, and then when you go to that competition, after that, you go to the big one, and that's at the yearly conference. So I'm going to wish Mandy good luck, because I'm competing on Monday at the same. If I see you on Tuesday. Yeah,
You go on Monday, I'll go on Tuesday.
I'd like to see you on Tuesday. Please welcome with her speech, and I just have to look to make sure of it. Yes, with her speech, Adversity, the champion of Bryanston Toastmasters, Monday, please.
through adversity. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, visitors, and guests, none of us get to escape struggles, setbacks, and adversities in life. What do we do when life delivers us a blow? When we lose our jobs, our income, our security, our loved ones, our health. We panic, we rage, we cry out, why me? The joy and happiness runs out of us. We try and run from it. We sway between denial and anger. We suffer immense pain and fear. Our world becomes dark, scary, suffocating. And we sink into a depression. We stay there, some longer than others. But as we know, all good things must come to an end. With fear and anxiety, we face reality. We feel the inner stirring, and we start to stabilize. We use logic and allow our minds to explore the different paths we can take to get through it. And in these moments, we choose who we will become. I have two older sisters. Natasha is 46 and lives in Cape Town. She has type 1 diabetes. Natasha does not manage her sugar. She eats what she wants, injects when she feels like it, smokes, and does not exercise. Natasha is negative, moody, and miserable. Tanya is 45 and lives in America. She's positive, spiritual, and has a zest for life. Tanya exercises and is a health nut. 3 weeks ago, adversity struck them both. Natasha landed up in hospital with a sugar reading of 26. Your sugar is supposed to be between 4 and 6. Tanya went for an annual checkup and they found an abnormal lump in her breast. Her biopsy is at the end of the month and she will find out her result. It's not Natasha's first time in hospital. She's been abusing her health for the last 10 years. Back in the day, I used to put on my Batman suit and try and save her, motivate her, lecture her, but to no avail. 3 weeks ago, before I left Cape Town, I went to see Natasha in ICU. I did not try and save her or lecture her. I simply asked her, what choice will you make this time? Unfortunately, Natasha has decided to allow her disease to disable her, define her, destroy her. She has chosen not to change her life. Perhaps the next setback will shift her. Certainly it won't. Last week, Tanya and I spoke on the phone for a long time. She said, Maz, why do these things happen? Why does life throw these things at us? And I said, without adversity, there is no appreciation, no relevance, no growth. Without adversity, we stagnate. Tanya does not know the outcome. She may have breast cancer, she may not. But Tanya has decided to reflect on her life. She is removing the negative people, toxic energies, and thoughts that hold her hostage. Tanya is drawing on a powerful inner inspiration to grow and change, no matter her outcome. When you ask people, do you want the good news or the bad news first? They always say, the bad news. So here it is. You choose who you will become through your adversities. So I ask you, the next time life delivers you a blow, what will you choose? Will you choose to be like Natasha, who goes into victim mode, sets up camp and unpacks them? Or will you choose to be like Tanya and embrace it? Will you allow it to shift you, shape you, stretch you? Or will you allow it to disable you, define you, destroy you? Nobody exits adversity as the same person who entered it. Who you choose to become through your setbacks and struggles is entirely up to you.
You're a well-deserving champion.
Hey.
Yes, look forward to it. And I found a few more quotes about to do with accomplishment, and one of them was by Albert Hubbard. The world is moving so fast these days that the man who says it can't be done is generally interrupted by someone doing it. And you're indeed doing it. So, for the next speech, we have somebody who's doing a speech for the new manual, and it's project 1 of the entertainment manual in Pathways. And the evaluator will be my dear friend from the John Maxwell team, who I met the first time in America, actually. Tambu, please, can you enlighten us?
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. The objective or the purpose of this talk that Kermit will be giving us today is for the speaker to entertain the audience in a 5 to 7 minute talk by relating a personal experience. Pay particular attention to the structure of the talk. Although it may not be as rigidly organized as other types of speeches, it should have some readily apparent organization. In addition to the oral evaluation, I'm also going to give some answers to whether the speech was entertaining, how organized it was, even though not too structurally, whether it had vivid descriptions and anecdotes, and whether we could relate to the talk and the conclusion relate to the rest of the talk as well. Would I say that the speaker's strongest asset was in speaking entertainment? Good luck, Kermit.
Thank you. Will you help me welcome our next speaker this wonderful morning, Kermit Kubi with Unpleasant Walk with My Dog.
We all want to own a dog. Some people, they are scared, but when they see puppies, it just comes automatically that they want to pet the puppy. Mr. Toastmaster, my fellow Toastmasters, visitors and guests. 2006, joining guide dogs. I thought this is going to be easy. Because I love dogs so much. Receiving that dog on the day that they call it intake. Putting the collar and starting walking the dog. That was a really unpleasant walk with my dog. It wasn't calm as I thought, because the next thing that was happening, it was this. That was what was happening. And I thought, wow, is this guys they go through every day? And my mentor came to me and said, no. You can't just be dragged around by the dog. And I go, what is this hell talking about? What do you want me to do? Because this dog is too strong. It's just pulling me. And they say to me, tether. Huh? What is that all about? And this was just meaning easy thing. Just brace yourself. Make yourself as a pole and stand and hold. But this dog, it didn't stop there. I get it right. Now the dog walks on a heel. Ah, cool. I'm enjoying myself. The dog is walking on my heel. My shoulder is now fixed because there are some bruises. This arm was becoming bigger. This one, skinner every day. I started taking this dog out on the street because guide dogs, they have to work in a different environment. I went to Parkview. I'm walking. I stop in a Dunkin'. As I stop in there, I'm like, what is hell is going on? He peed on me. He peed on me. And they were like, no, man, you can't do this. And as I shouted at him, I'm taking the lead, and I touched it. And, oh my goodness, I touched the pee. Ah! Just imagine. Just imagine. This guy, he really wanted my life to be easier. I started thinking, does this dog really want to be guide dog? Does this dog really like me? This dog just wants me to be always in trouble. I went back to my mentor and got up. Today he did something again. Tell me, what have you done? You peed on me. My mentor just looked at me and said, what do you do? I said, withdraw this dog, which means take the dog out of this skin. But it wasn't because I can't make this dog a guide dog. It's just because I was upset. I said, we must withdraw this dog. She said, no, but I think you can make this dog work. You can make this dog become a guide dog. I can see the potential on it. Oh, okay, cool. I took the dog to the Pretoria CBD. I'm walking. Whoever has been in Pretoria, you know the crowd in those streets. I'm walking. You know, he stays on the hill, he understands, he sees, he does it down. We're walking. The next thing he decided to do busy. But it wasn't that cool, you know. He just goes on the pavement and goes. And now I'm trying to stop everyone, trying to stop people this side and that side. Guess what he did? He just walked. He didn't care. He's looking up and down, and then now all the paws all over the pavement. And I decided, you know what? This dog, from now on, I'm going to make a special program for him. I'm going to make a special program. In the morning, I take him, before I feed, I walk up and down, walk up and down, walk up and down, which my mentor usually says, you do one exercise 200 times. So I walk that way, I turn, I walk that way, I turn, and then I take him to the grass. He does his business. He does both number 1 and 2, which makes me happy now I can go out and train this guy. But the good news is, he went out as a guide dog. He qualified as a guide dog. after all my misery. All hard work that I put. And I stand today here as a proud high-level instructor that made the Godot called Kula to be a guide dog. He was a donation to us as an adult, which means he didn't have all the background of training, house training, leash show. He didn't have all those things. Nothing. The first time he was on leave is the first time when the guide dog, they go and fetch him from this home. And we give them good home. He worked as a guide dog for 8 years. He retired last year. Master, thank you.
guide dog and needed guided permit to accomplishment. Yes, and now for our final speech of this glorious morning before the break. It is befitting that the president himself of this club, Harold Robinson, will have his next speech, and it's going to be from the PL2 manual, number 3, mentoring. Tanya, can you please enlighten us?
Morning, everyone. Our president has a theme of the year called Embracing Agility, and I think he's pushing his boundaries here because he did not print off his evaluation form, so I have nothing to use. When I was sitting here just now looking at the Tambo reading from her manual, I was thinking I'm so jealous because I have to impromptu this. Harold gave me a brief description about the project, and he said to me the purpose of the project is to simply describe a time that Harold was a protege for a mentee. Harold.
Thank you. This word, entelechy, is the realization of your potential will now be achieved by doing it blindfolded. So please help me welcome the president of the Bryanston Toastmasters, Mr. Harold Robinson, with his speech, Dan's Miracle.
John Donne's miracle was to turn an average student at maths to one who achieved a distinction and developed a love for mathematics for the rest of his life. That student was me. Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are more versed in history than I am, history of South Africa or the history of KwaZulu-Natal, may know about John Donne, the White Zulu, the man who was given land in KwaZulu-Natal by the Zulus in the old days. Had I been a better history student at school, I might have known that, but the only John Donne I knew was my maths teacher. And somehow he managed to transform my maths ability. When I studied this program on mentorship and this project that I had to give the speech, it asked me to relate a time in my life when I was a protege, and John Donne came immediately to mind. And the reason why is because I don't know how he did that, because I'm not a very good protege or mentee. Unlike Josie, I mentored Josie in what's called the Redefine Innovation Challenge. This was just a few weeks ago. Redefine asked a lot of youngsters to submit ideas, innovative ideas, on how they could improve their property offering to people. They started with thousands of ideas. They reduced it down to 150 and then down to 15. And Josie was one of the 15. Josie was the youngest of the 15, and I was actually honored to be chosen as a mentor for her in this competition. What a fantastic protege. All the things that the book describes a good mentee should be: open to ideas, try something different, be flexible. She had it all, and she was such a pleasure to mentor. And in our partnership, we managed to get her into the top 5. And she didn't win, but I think she came very close. All those things that I described, a good mentee, I have none of those. I'm difficult. Don't laugh. I was brought up with this thing in life where we like to fly solo, where we like to do things ourselves, you know, do it my way. I don't know why. So I don't know how John Dunn actually managed, and I thought about it. And I got a clue when I thought about, there's a guy called Cal Newport, and he advocates that following your passion is actually a bad idea. What he says is that first you need to develop a skill, and once you develop a skill for something, you will actually learn to love it, and then develop a passion for it. And I think what John Dunn managed to do with me was to actually teach me the skill. Now I'm not sure how he did that. I think it was something to do with, in those days, corporal punishment was still allowed. And he had this fantastic blackboard compass that he used to use, and a fantastic pair of muscles. And when he decided to administer corporal punishment, you knew about it. But that wasn't all. I think it had something to do with it. It wasn't all. What I also found was, as time went on, and I started improving, he would express excellent. I can just remember him saying excellent, but not in the rote way that sometimes you see people doing in mentor or training relationships. It was a heartfelt, genuine excellent. And I actually became quite hooked on that excellent. And so I went from being an average student, and I actually got a distinction for maths and trick, and I loved maths afterwards. Now there's a lot of different mentoring techniques. I've been studying coaching as well. I know there's different ways of doing it. And mentoring is almost like coaching, it's like teaching without a script. You need to be flexible, and you need to be able to help someone. But certainly the mentee needs to have an open mind. And the Toastmasters manual, when it describes mentors and mentees, actually spends more time on what a perfect mentee is than what a perfect mentor is. I would like to recommend that anyone in the room develops a mentor-mentee relationship, and in fact plays both roles from one to the other. Because the strength of that whole relationship is the relationship itself, and you can go forward from there. The Toastmasters way of saying, well, when you join a club, you must be assigned a mentor, etc., doesn't seem to work. I haven't seen it work, because I think you need to develop trust and develop a relationship. I think you need to choose the person that you want as a mentor. So what I'm saying is, choose who you want as a mentor, but work at it both ways. It is one of the most amazing relationships you can get, because you will find that you'll just experience the joy of John Dunn's miracle, whether you're the mentor or the mentee. That's awesome.
Well done, Mr. President. It was very interesting when I first saw Dunn's miracle, because I didn't think of you, John Dunn, I did think of the John Dunn, and for all of you a bit of history, he is from Scottish descent. And I think it was King Mtwayo in Zulu, KwaZulu-Natal. He was a voortrekker and vervoertrekker, and King Mtwayo actually liked him a lot, and he started learning Zulu. And but he only had one wife, and he felt sorry for him. He said, if you're going to be a Zulu king, the first white Zulu king, you need more wives. So he gave him 49 more wives. Accomplishment? And I was thinking, at least he gets Christmas and New Year off. 117 children. So I don't know how, but there's still a time for his job. But he, even to this day, the Dunn family in KwaZulu-Natal are still fighting for their land, by the way. So that was, and so when you said Dunn's miracle, it says it was indeed a miracle. And when you said, I don't know how John actually managed, do I need to say more? But again, a wonderful speech, and thank you very much. So we are just coming up to our mid-morning break, and there was one more thing. It's amazing what you can accomplish if you do not care who gets the credit, by Harry Truman. And that's also, I mean, there are so many people here working behind the scenes tirelessly every week in, week out, not even only every second week. They prepare for this, for the program, they call people to speak, to do all the leadership roles. So again, it's for you that this call was made, I think. So we have on our table, we have voting slips. And for every speaker, if you want to give the speaker feedback, you can fill in the top bits. And at the bottom, we've only had so far, we've had the speakers. You can already put the speaker of your choice, who you thought had the best speech this morning, and put it in there and fill it in. And later on, somebody will come and collect the slips after the break when the other two have been completed. So I think we are now going to have... sorry. I was going to look at the timekeeper anyway. Can we have the timekeeper's report? Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, everybody. I didn't have to use my belt or clap my hands or stand up or do jumping jacks. Everybody was in the time limit. Kisa, your time was 6 minutes 32 seconds. Mandy, 6 minutes 33. Hermit, 7 minutes 13. And Harold, 6 minutes 16. Thank you very much. And my go easy.
Sharon Baumgart is going to be the evaluation chair, and I don't know if you want to take...
The evaluators to come outside, please. I believe in this club you also have the speakers in the evaluation, so if you would like to come along as a speaker, you can as well. But instead of sitting one-on-one, I want everybody to sit together.
Okay.
So evaluators and speakers if you want.
Yeah, if you follow Sharon afterwards. And how long is the break going to be, Mr. Timekeeper?
It says here we'll be coming back at 10:14.
And what is the time now?
It's 5 to 10. So it's 11 o'clock now.
We're already late.
Yeah.
10 minutes. So 10 minutes be enough?
11:20.
Okay, so we come back at 11:20. Thank you very much.
Oh, you know, I can give it to you. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. Think about the club, the advertising. You have to remember the visitors
Already done it, yeah. But yeah. So you can like Carol said, you can go or outside of the club. So like Dimitri has but he stays these guys will come. It's a nice thing about being at other clubs. Somebody takes you out and they ring you. And it's nice because it's not in your own house. And all you have to do is have a big club. But you can encourage anyone. Otherwise they call them and they don't want to do it. Now, ask her, maybe, well, then you can they'll give you a I put so much cake, I think I know it's going to they want to know
It's a good thing, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. So you need to bring it up.
Okay, I also just give you
Okay. Let's get cake. Please have cake. There's so much cake.
They
They come out as a thing. And now some dogs, they're very so you'll have the judge, and the felon, and they stand there while they're doing the whole thing. So when the child sees the judge walk in, it's, oh, that's the little black and white dog, in their mind. I've only done the playing outside. I mean, I was talking about I was trying to I was like, what's this? Well, that's
I mean, I can give you this, but it's better if you write your own notes.
No, no,
I write this. Instead of saying to give, say just sorry, it's an exercise in listening. And that's usually a raised stage. And another one. That's where I was always really worried
No, I'm already on your list. Okay, all right. Yes, okay. I'll do it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed your break and the chocolate cake.
Oh,
Yes. Chocolate free, by the way. So now the next part of the meeting is going to be an exciting part that probably everybody has been waiting for. And it's going to be chaired by my dear friend Dave Cairns, table topics. Please, Dave. Welcome, Dave.
Guy doesn't like applause.
Okay, encore. Dave, I think you forgot your pen, eh? Forgot your pen. Hey, I take your pen. Forgot your pen.
Don't forget your pen, man.
Well, get a move on, man.
Shut up, you man. But these guys from St. He's not a St. Jude, he's a St. Julian. Thank you, Paula. We've got 40 minutes in this program. Am I right, Mr. Timekeeper?
I don't know how to read the time. So.
Neither do I. Like this, the lady that gave us this. Now remember, where's the 3 years that lady that gave us this? Funny word.
Well, I'm not so sure where she is, but how can I help though?
The very back there, in the white.
Yes.
New lady.
This one here, yes.
Pretty, hey pretty, listen here. Monica. Monica. Like in oil. Monica oil.
No, just say what the problem is there.
Remember, sometimes you have people from across the border. Make the words easy for us, man.
That's a very easy word to use.
To you, yes, not to us.
Well, not to us, but for yourself, Dad, not for yourself.
Now, examples, another one. How do you say that word?
I don't know. I'm not English, I don't know.
Patsy,
Entelechy.
Patsy, you're good, man.
Oh, use the word, use the word, Dad. Use the word.
Get on with it.
Shut up.
Yes,
Patsy,
you should just
I second that.
Yeah, me too.
By the way, topics-wise, I have punish, brown, like, white. Not because it's political, it's just that colour of the envelopes. Yes, as I was saying, I was given this to announce before I start. A bear walks into a bar and says, I would like a beer and some of those peanuts. The bartender says, sure, and why the big pause?
You're walking over.
Okay, let's get more spiritual. See now I'm in this lovely club. Let's test your laughter genes. Losses. Adam and Eve lived happily in the Garden of Eden until the servant who came. Servant, hello? Any Baptists out here? Amen. Amen. Isn't John on the birth, eh? An epistle is the wife of an apostle. Joan of Arc was Noah's wife. And encroach is the wife of a cockroach. And myth is a female moth. A man who lives to be 100 is called a centipede. Let's hope those jokes get better.
There's a pair of crutches at the back for those jokes.
He would.
I'm trying to give it to a poor dad. Rich dad. Please. You don't laugh at your own jokes.
Did you make my father?
Yes.
He will.
Come on over here. You picked on me, eh? I'm going to pick on you, eh? Okay, I'll give you the easy one because I like you. I like your dad, not you. You have won the lotto, the big one, 50 million.
Is that all?
2 minutes, and you'll be here for a secret, and we're going to be helped you. You have to be up here for a minute. When the green light goes on, if you finish your speech before the green light, you stay put. Start now.
Daddy, we've won the lotto.
Great. Where are we going to? Port Stanley?
So we've got 2 destinations to go to. One is Bora Bora, which you owe me, and I promised you surfing lessons with girls in bikinis with your new knees. Do you guys want photos?
Yes.
And because we've won 50 million, I promise we will go to the wretched Falkland Islands in winter and do a cruise on the Hurtigruten Fram, first class cabins, Daddy.
Yes.
And we will go to Port Stanley and Goose Green. Where else would you like to go to?
South Georgia.
Swap you South Georgia for St. Helena.
We'll go to St. Helena.
Ah,
Very good. What else do you want to do with our 50 bar?
50 bar. Yeah.
It's all yours, kid.
Done.
Now listen here, daughter.
Tiger,
Tiger, is that your name?
get it right.
Tiger. Thank you for that. Is that your, and you're the Toastmaster, are you?
No, I'm not.
What do you belong to that you talk so well?
I do a lot of training.
Training. You hear it, Don? You're a trainer. Well done, love. Thank you for that. Look after your dad. I take him to wherever he wants to go. Maybe before his other knee goes.
No, we haven't. We've had both done now.
You also.
You're not invited to Port Stanley.
Why not?
Because I said so.
Now this gentleman here confused me when I walked up, asking me where my pen was. Comes. And you're lucky I've taken it from a light. Your proudest personal accomplishment. Read it yourself.
Your proudest.
That's half a minute already, huh?
No.
Intellecty. Come, say it with me, guys. Intellecty. All right. Snazzy, good luck with that one.
I'll just take a note of that.
My proudest personal accomplishment was probably my 2 children. Not probably, they are my proudest personal accomplishment. And I didn't even have to work hard to get them. But little did I know that my hard work is actually just the beginning. They say the first 18 years are the hardest, so...
Don't believe them.
I don't think it ever stops though. I don't know, I think if I have to ever stop being a dad, I can just stop being exist. I can just stop to exist. I really, really like being a dad, and I really like to be back here as well. So I don't know what these 2 topics got to do with each other, but I'm here and I had to fill up my minute. Thank you.
why you don't speak with a pen in your hand. You start conducting the book. So always put your pen down. So then he had 2 kids. My wife and I tried for, we had 2 kids, we tried for a third, but I fell off the bed.
And he's not laughing.
I tried. Still trying. How do you know when you're getting old? When your granddaughter says to you, Grandpa, can I borrow your car? Yes, so she's 18. I said, no, you can get your dad to buy you. There's somebody over here I'm looking for, out of this brown envelope. Write your name down. This one is for Mandy.
No pressure.
No pressure. I like tall girls, by the way.
You like girls, stop.
You know what they say about tall girls? They lie longer in bed. Likewise. You see the bad man. This one is for Mandy, it says here. Signed. Hey! Find the right.
Yes.
Not yet. Signed at the shoe shop. All our leather shoes come from environmentally friendly cows. How would you change the sign? You have 2 minutes, but make them read.
Sign at shoe shop. All our leather shoes come from environmentally friendly cows. How would you change the sign? Well, I'm very environmentally friendly myself, and I know exactly why Dave chose this topic, because the other day he wanted to take me out for pie, and I told him I don't eat pie. And so I told him I'm vegetarian, and he's picking on me now by having environmentally friendly cows that give us leather shoes. There's something completely wrong with that sentence. How would we have an environmentally friendly cow? Why would we have environmentally friendly cows and then kill them to make leather shoes? So I think the new sign, this particular shoe shop needs to say, we only sell Crocs. Not crocodiles, but Crocs. And yes, they're pretty ugly. I don't know if you've seen them. They're really not nice. But they're plastic. They're certainly not environmentally friendly either. I think going barefoot is the best way. Vegetarian barefoot, your long locks blowing on the beach, that's the way to go. But this sign needs to say, we no longer sell leather shoes, we now sell plastic shoes. Thank you.
That wasn't bad for a vegan. You know, I've had some lovely, all my Toastmaster meetings I've loved, and it's great coming here. But there's one thing that highlights in my career as a Toastmaster. I was so glad when Martin joined Toastmasters. Because now I'm no longer the ugliest guy in Toastmasters.
You're really walking
He was so ugly, he used to model for death threats. He's so ugly that when he goes to therapy, in words again, the psychiatrist makes him lie face down. I'm not saying she's ugly, but at her wedding everybody kissed the groom. One more. He was in the beauty salon for 3 hours. That was only for a quote. There's still a man that thinks he's a 10. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the shoe salesman. Thanks, Patsy. Thanks, Patsy, again.
Okay.
on with it.
When he was born, they slapped the mother. And one last one. Whoops, not the pen. I can still get down there. Right, let's get on with it. I've got a few likes here. You come from India? Patsy.
No eye contact.
No, baby. Let's find you an easy one, Patsy. You've always been nice to me. Come this way. Step into my path. All right. That's my dear friend Patricia. And she's going to tell us that you have 3 wishes. What are they, please? And explain why. You have 1 to 2 minutes.
This is a difficult one to round out in 3 minutes.
Round up. Round up.
I think the first thing I would like is, and I know they always say this at beauty contests, and I will never be in a beauty contest, is world peace. I fail to understand why people can't see the benefit in having such diversity in them. Just because somebody speaks a different language doesn't mean to say you can't communicate with them. And I've made it my mission in life, and the reason why I joined Toastmasters was to actually learn to communicate better. I speak 4 languages and a smattering of Greek in my home as well, because my next door neighbour is Greek. And wherever I go, I always make an attempt to learn something about where I am. I travelled in Greece with a friend. She could never, in 6 weeks we were there, she couldn't say tzatziki. She used to say, order me the white stuff. She's South African. I used to be this. So, world peace as in terms of tolerance of the diversity that we have in our cultures. My second wish is that I could stop any kind of abuse to children and animals. So, excuse me.
Yeah.
This is very close to my heart. I have a rescue pup that I got at 13 months, and somebody shambacked him.
What did they do, Patsy?
Shambacked.
What? The cat?
The dog.
Oh, sorry.
When my husband went towards him with his hand out, his ears flattened him, flattened on the floor. Sorry, very close to my heart.
Sure.
And the third one would be to have one more conversation with my parents.
Amen.
I lost my dad last year, December, unexpectedly. I lost my mum for 4 years, unexpectedly. Both of them came out of the blue. And because they both come from a line of long-lived people, I always thought they would be there for a bit longer. So I think I would like that, and I would ask you to cherish the time you have with your loved ones.
Well done, Patsy. A master speaker has lost her touch. Well done, Patsy. Patricia. Now I see somebody sitting over there. It's also on my guest list. Shadow. Your topic. Junk that I collect.
Now this is actually very appropriate at the moment because I've moved home so many times. I've moved countries, I've lived in 3 different countries, and every single time I end up packing to move to the next house, I throw everything away. And I move into the new house and I always say, that's it, never again will I collect so much junk. And the other day I was looking around my house and I thought, this house, which I've only been in for 3 years, is full of junk. So why is this stuff in my house? Now I've got everything. I went into, we have a room. You know, I used to live on a small holding and that's terrible because you've got stables and you've got storerooms and you've got everything. So if you find something that's too big, you stick it into a storeroom and you stick it into another storeroom. And when you leave, you just close the storerooms and you walk out. But now we have a spare bedroom, which I've just moved my business there, so I need it for an office. And this is when I went in there. and looking at the junk. I have got parrot cages in there. There was an exercise bicycle in there with stuff hanging on it. The Christmas tree, which is broken, is sitting in there. And that is on top of things that came from my grandmother. And my mom gave me this box of stuff and said, it's a real Dalton dinner service. Well, it's not. So I never opened the box. So I opened the box and it's not. It's just a bunch of old cups and saucers. No, I checked. There's no stamp on the bottom. But that is the kind of junk I collect. And I think it's the kind of junk we all collect. And it doesn't matter how many people, and I love it that everybody's going this simple lifestyle and frugal lifestyle now, and they're all throwing everything out. Wait, this phase will pass, and in 2 years' time, your house will be full of junk again.
My dear friend Martin from St. Where we come from, St. Julian? He's got a junk in my head. Junk in my head?
You're going to crawl now, not joking, boy.
Is there any runners in this club? Like marathon runners? What are you?
I look like a runner.
Yeah. No? No runners? Who's on the comrades? Comrades, anybody? The marathon? Hey? Nobody? Who's Piso? Piso? Come Piso. Come here.
There's somebody in a half marathon.
She's
very shy. She's shy today. Mustn't be shy. They call me Malumi. You know what Malumi is? Malumi means uncle. And you, Ricky?
Better word is Obas.
Never done a marathon. Oh, a full marathon. Wow. Yeah. You've just finished your first marathon. Tell us about it. Quiet. Bring me a coat.
My first marathon was the Soweto Marathon. I did it, I think, 4 years ago. I finished it in 5 hours, 30-something minutes. I forgot. But when I got to that finish line, I was close to tears.
Yeah, of course.
It was so hot. I had to drag myself. For me to see, I think then it was still in Nazareth. For me to see Nazareth, it was wow.
Yeah.
But running Soweto Marathon was, actually running any marathon is something else.
Yes.
Because you test your body, you test your mind, you test your soul. And I think they normally say when the legs are tired, you run with no heart. Yeah. So basically that's how I get to finish all my marathons and my ultras. And hopefully that's how I'll finish my comrades this year.
Hey. That's your first presentation.
No.
You've done more, because you speak very well.
Thank you.
Because I still remember my first comrades and lost. There was a guy called Bruce Fordyce, remember him?
Yeah.
I beat him. Of course. He ran it in 6 hours. I ran it in 12. Now, any fool can run for 6 hours. Let him run it for 12 hours. Who won that race? Me. Got a cold?
Yeah.
You got a cold?
You cry.
You cry?
Yeah, let's cry about it.
A dear friend of mine too. One of the best evaluators this country's ever seen. Please come forward. Come on. Gina's won SA 64, is it 74? Evaluator of the year, Southern District, Southern 74. I don't know. But she's very, very good. And I've been asked to give this to you. You are stopped for drunken driving. Yeah, you know that. You have eaten 5 hot cross buns. Please explain that you have not been drinking to the traffic cop.
Mr. Table Topics Master, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you've read this article in the paper recently about the fact that if you've eaten just one hot cross bun, you can test positive on a breathalyzer. Well, imagine how I felt after 5 hot cross buns. And I'm a Weight Watchers group leader. I felt big. I felt fat. But I did not feel drunk. And they're going down the road, back to work after the 5 hot cross buns. I was pulled over by this traffic cop. Now, why on earth would a traffic cop be out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon anyway? And why you had to pull my tiny little smart car over? I wasn't in a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or anything fancy, just my little smart car. And it makes me blow into crystals, and it turns and shows that I'm positive. Bring on the blood test, I say. Bring on the blood test. Bring on the blood test. Because, of course, really, he wasn't testing me for alcohol at all. It was the Weight Watchers police testing me for sugar.
Give up evaluating and get back to talking. Here's one from Martin. Did you hear about the flag's birthday? It was a floppy one. Forget about the past, you can't change it. Forget about the future, you can't predict it. Forget about the present. I didn't get one for you. How would you put time? 65.
10 minutes.
Ah, good show. I'll get some of this punishment out there. You will get you to punish. Three people. No, that's who can I give this to? Punish me. Whoops! Punish myself here. I've got a name, I can't read it. A lady who loves to laugh. I don't know her name. But I think you should come to St. Centurion, because we laugh a lot there. Red Riding Hood. Please come. Actually, pretend you Harold. It's on the list. I'll change it to Red Riding Hood. 3 people, dead or alive, you would like to meet. Why? They can be alive. Would you like to meet them? Or you would have liked to meet them?
Okay, the people that I wouldn't have liked to meet obviously would be my exes. So, the people that I would really love to meet, like Patricia, my grandparents, my father. I never thought I would lose such lovely people in my life. Just like you, I thought I would always have them with me. And life happened, and let's make lemonade out of it. And I think people that I did, okay, let me try alive. I'm happy to meet all of you in this room. My new friends in this room. It's nice to be alive. It's the joy of waking up and do another difference. So being alive, I really need to meet more Toastmasters. I've got so much to learn from all of you. I love this club, I love the table, I love everybody in this room. So I don't know if I'm on the topic or I'm waffling. Just the sugar rush, just the coffees, the people, it's the ambience, thank you.
Three people, dead or alive, I would like to meet myself. One was our late Mandela, Mr. Mandela. I'd love to meet him. Didn't get down to meeting him. The other one was Bishop Tutu. Actually had breakfast with him one morning. What a man he was. I thought he was impressed with him. But the third person I'd like to meet, I still got a chance, Dolly Parton.
Oh, I know why.
You said you're a leg man.
She's got the voice.
Voice.
She's not
Nothing
tall.
to do with her
So
voice.
she's not tall.
Not tall, she's got good points to think about, she's got body language. But you know why I like her? She writes all her own music, her songs. The coat of many colours. Imagine writing that for a Toastmaster a bit. Why'd I like to meet Dolly and eat this?
You want to check coffee at the right time.
Yeah, exactly.
My dear friend Paul, you oblige me, please. I learned a lot from Paul. He used to run the Rivalia Club. He was very good, he still is very good. We heard him speak just now. Your topic, sir, how to stay married.
Mr. Table Toastmaster. Done and dusted. Failed. I remember having a conversation after getting divorced with my grandparents while they were still around. And they were married from the end of the Second World War, their entire life, more than 50 years. And for me, this is incredible. My parents have almost reached that milestone as well. So I wanted to have my grandfather's version and my grandmother's version because hopefully they've got the same version of why they're still together. So I asked my grandmom first. I said, Mama, how did you manage to stay married for 50 years?
Same guy.
She says, Paul, it's easy. I said, no, it wasn't easy for me. But she says, I married my best friend. She says, because eventually one day when you're old and the ticket doesn't work, you're still living in the house with your best friend. And that was her reason. I said, Opa, how did you manage? And this was in a separate room to her. I said, Opa, how did you manage to stay married to Omar for 50 years? He says, my boy, 2 words. Yes, dear. So that was the advice I got from 2 people that have made probably the biggest imprint on my life. And if you can take that with you, if you're in a relationship, make that person your best friend. And if you're a guy, just learn to nod your head and say yes.
Well done, sir. We did a lot of research on marriage and how to stay married. And the following was discussed with, still with me. Here comes somebody getting in the back there with a hat on his head. Please come in, sir. You missed the best part of the party. He's a new man. His first meeting. He got bored with us. I won't give you a topic. One basic rule to how to stay married. No matter what happens, the garage belongs to the man. You can have 2 or 3 cars in there, your wife can park in there, but the garage belongs to you. She mustn't touch my stuff in the garage. The rest of the house is hers. It's as easy as that. Don't touch it, we'll tell her what to do. The rest, remember gentlemen, the rest of the house is hers. The garage is yours, that's all you're allowed.
That's why Dave hasn't got anything in his garage.
He lives in it.
I live in it, you're right. Here's one for Martin. What did the bald man say when he got a comb for his birthday? Thanks, I never part with it. What happens when no one comes to your birthday party? cake and eat it.
Oh,
This
that's
happened to
right.
me the other day. Are we leaving the time, sir?
One more.
One more. How can you tell you're getting old? You go to an antiques auction and the people start bidding on you. We have time for one more. There's a dear person here who spoke very well today. Where is he? We've got something in him with a P. Primmy, is it? Herbert, where's he? Herbert, I want you to be very honest.
You're right, you did start with a P.
I want you to speak with your professional enthusiasm and passion. You have just run over your neighbour's cat, which you did not like anyway. You go to your neighbour, you tell him that you have just run over his cat. What did you say? It's a punishing one.
I think first of all what I would do, I would feel bad, honestly.
Excuse me?
I would feel very bad.
Feel very bad, but you're a dog man.
Because the reason is, I love animals, generally. I would feel bad. Secondly, after I run up on the cat, I think I would pick it up. Try to wreck the pieces. Yeah, put pieces together. Yeah, and then try to push all of the intestines. If I don't have any towel or something, I will take my shirt off. Bandage. And then I will go to my neighbor. Definitely, I will.
What did you say to the neighbor?
Sorry, neighbor.
Very sorry.
I just
you killed my cat. You know,
I'm so sorry.
You keep dogs. Why you kill my cat? You keep me awake all night talking box. Now you kill my cat.
The cat also jumps on my yard.
Jumps on your
on my driveway.
Who's that jump on?
And then I drove on it.
Jumps on his cats and dogs. Cats don't jump on dogs. Give me some more. We've come to the end of the party. Mr. Timekeeper, thank you for helping me. Mr. Toastmaster, that concludes my class.
Thank you very much. And how not to tell jokes at you know, I will the timekeeper will do theirs afterwards, I think, for this or right now.
What's this?
For the table topics.
Table topics. You can do them now.
Okay.
We've got 15 minutes.
Yeah, have you got all the names as well?
Yeah.
Okay, then I saw a line. Please tell the times.
If I don't get your name, I've got the title of your talk. So we're going to start off with talk number 1, 50 bar, Tiger, 1 minute, 5 seconds. So what is your name?
Tiger.
Tiger, cool.
The tiger in the tank.
Clovis, 1 minute, 15. Mandy, leather, 1 minute, 32. Patsy, Patricia. Gold piece, 2 minutes, 13. Sharon. Jump collector, 1 minute 53. Teresa, marathon runner. Yes, you have to tell us about your ultra marathon for 15 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, time's up. That was 35 seconds. Trina, podcast buns, 1 minute 45. Sophie, Red Riding Hood, 1 minute 10 seconds. Paul, the Yes Man, 1 minute 20. Kermit, Cat Killer, 2 minutes.
Kermit the Cat Killer. Facebook.
You've got a voting slip, so for the second part you can vote for your best table topics person right now. And I mean for the cut, I would have just thought of a flat cut instead of flat back. And I would have just put them under the neighbour's car. But that was my thought. Now for our next part, and I've actually got a quote about this as well, I found another one. And it says, failure is constructive feedback that tells you to try a different approach to accomplish what you want. Now this is, we're not talking about failure here, but we're certainly talking about constructive feedback to accomplish what you want. And our evaluation chair will tell you a little bit more about what's happening and what has happened. Please make me welcome, help me welcome, Sharon Barker.
Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The first part is going to be the evaluators coming up to evaluate the speeches. And for our guests especially, and sometimes it's a good reminder for Toastmasters too, the reason we have an evaluation is to help that speaker get back up here the next time to present a better speech. And so many times people out there, you can hear them, speakers, newspaper, news presenters, people who are paid to speak, get up and they speak and they come off and they think they're great because nobody gives them the feedback. At Toastmasters, that's what we do. We give you the feedback, tell you how great you are, what your strengths are, tell you where you maybe could improve a little bit, and round that all up. So next time, you'll get up here and you will present an even better speech. So just a general thing for any speaker. This stage is yours. Everyone in this room is standing here looking at you. So stand here and make the most of it. There was a couple of speakers here today, finished their speech and ran off. Wait, the Toastmaster will come and thank you for giving that speech. He will shake your hand and then you go and sit down. You stand here. People must remember who you are. And the second thing is this. Get rid of it. We can't use a bacon egg. We've got one that weighs more than I do. So we have to get someone, but you can pick this one up and just get it out of the way. We want to see you. We don't want to see the leg turn and you behind it. One of the speakers is as short as I am, and I've got high heels on today. And we can't see you because you're here and the leg turn is here. So stand here, own this stage. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our evaluators of the speeches of the morning. And the very first one was Jana, was it? Yeah. Jana. Now I wonder, did Kisa follow her advice? Let's find out. You chose an excellent topic. I'm sure that we have a room full of Toastmasters, and right now my heart is going thump 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 thump. That was very powerful use of onomatopoeia. It was very symbolic, and it relates to, we can all relate to the feeling of getting up and speaking on stage. You had a very appropriate topic, and I loved all the things that you touched on, from deep breathing to presence on the stage, charisma, body posture, self-talk, and clarity. And you brought all of those things through in your speech. You had an excellent posture. You stand with poise, you had your chest open, and you had very effective gestures, and very specific, purposeful gestures. I loved how Kisa brought through her clapping. She repeated that throughout her speech, and that was very well done.
So keep using those purposeful gestures. Also, gestures work well when it's above the elbow. That was very effective. You have a very powerful voice combined with your body language. You project very clearly. She has a very strong voice. And I also liked how she spoke softly at one point and slower. Inhale, exhale. So it's good to bring in that variety of pace as well as loudness and softness. Areas of improvement. The lectern. Firstly, no notes. Everybody in this club, I'd like to ask, please, no notes next time. Challenge yourself. They go. No matter how well or not you know your speech, because you know your speech. And what will happen when you take the notes away, you'll be able to engage with the audience. Firstly, with eye contact. I felt we lost eye contact. Additionally, your body language, which was the most important thing for your CC5, we lost that. A lot of it was behind the lectern. And another thing to just be aware of is swaying. And that can show nerves. So a way to get around it is stand with your legs straight, evenly paced, evenly. At one stage you said, I call it taking the stage moment, and you had your hands closed. So be aware, your use of words and your body must speak the same. So there you could have had your hands open and you're in charge of that stage. So all in all, I suggest no notes and avoiding the lectern. Own your stage. You had a very powerful introduction. Love the onomatopoeia. You used a very appropriate topic. Excellent gestures, facial expressions. You have a beautiful smile. Use it. You are a charismatic, dynamic speaker, and you have a very powerful body language. So use it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna. Next speaker was, my glass on here, Mandy, and her evaluator was Lucinda. Please help me welcome Lucinda to the stage.
Chair, ladies and gentlemen, and especially for you, Mandy. Contest is a very, very big time competition. I know firsthand. I know what it takes to go there. I know what the nerves, everything that goes behind it. Your message today is so powerful. It's such a good message, and every single person in this room today, it would have hit. You heard how many people have lost people that they wish they had one more minute with them. Adversity hits every single person. This is a powerful, powerful speech. It's the material and content. You carried your message right throughout the entire speech. Adversity, 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 right till the end. Your language the language used was purposeful and a very, very good rhythm. Some things to note. As your sister, she set up camp, being a victim, to shift you, to shake you, to stretch you. These were they were superb. The kind of language that you were using. Some things I would like you to maybe look at. Areas of improvement as you move forward into your contest for area this week. You need to, number one, when you get on the stage, stand your ground. As you're learning yoga, stand your breathe. And feel this is your stage, your moment. Look around, glance around the room before your first word. Feel comfortable in that space. You tend to use the one foot. Stand ground at both feet. And what I really also love you to just work a little on is the eye contact engaging. So glance between your tables, one person a table, and you're going to not look in their eyes, you might intimidate, just above their eyes, over their head, but they'll think you're looking at them. And you move across. But that immediately will not draw people into you, especially going in contest. You want people to know that you're speaking to them, because you are. A stronger beginning is something that also maybe you could look at a little bit for the people that we're evaluating with. They felt into this just after you started, before the story, after your intro. Something got amiss there. So maybe tighten up on that one area. I will stay with you afterwards and look at that. Another thing is you are a little too still for a contest. When you go in the contest and I'll move up, these people are moving the stage. They already stopped moving. So standing too stagnant, even though you did at times, you took on the two sisters, either side, you did the stirring, there were some things in it. I like you to look at the body language though. Make it more dramatic, and some opportunities were lost. Sink into depression. Something else you could look at is the Batman. Put that Batman suit on. Make it big. It's Batman. And vocal variety. Mandy, use your children. Great place to learn, and just use your vocal variety at them. And you can do it free of charge, and no one will ever get offended. What you excel with. I want to say from this club, you've really improved so dramatically in 1 year. From a soft-spoken, really nervous person to where you are today. And that is worth celebration, really, on your journey. Your message in your speech is passion and emotion. It's authentic. You could feel that you're feeling for your sister right now. And I believe this speech is worthy of going into an area contest win with a lot more of this work that can help you to get there. Yes.
They're not always easy. But with a little perseverance comes intelligence. Thank you, Perfect, for that lesson. Your speech was not even meant to have a message. All you needed to be was an entertaining diversion to us. But you managed to marry the two so well together, without us even realizing you were teaching us a lesson. So well done for that. When I spoke to you this morning, your concern was, but I'm not an entertainer. And I want you to look out for whether I'm entertaining. I would venture to say, Perfect, that you are an entertainer, from what I've seen of you today. And what makes you such a great entertainer is your authenticity. You didn't try and speak like somebody you are not, or try and emulate a different speaker. Your humor came from who you are and your authentic, unique gestures and expressions. So I would encourage you to keep that. You had a stage presence. You used up the entire stage. Most of us, when we speak, we have gestures that just go around our body. You ran, as you were showing us, when your dog was leading you, from that corner of the stage to that corner of the stage and back again and right through to there. And it almost felt as if your dog was there with you. You were filling up the stage, so well done for that great presence. You had freedom in your body language and you didn't feel restricted, which allowed us to feel free to enjoy your speech as well. A great entertainer not only serves as a diversion, but is able to rouse emotion as well. You took us through your inner struggle of, what does she want me to do? I'm trying with this puppy. You took us through outrage. You peed on me. That screech was effective. We heard it right to the back. You took us through you taking it personally. It became a personal thing. That this dog sounded like it was a conspiracy. This dog, saying. So well done as an entertainer for not just making us laugh, but making us feel along with you the frustration that you had. what I would have loved was for your opening to be a bit more powerful. Your opening was, we all want to open it. You opened it with fact, with truth. But as you went through your speech, I realized that you actually had more entertaining stories that you could have used to open. You could have opened by running across the stage with your dog Blue. You could have opened with something that could have gotten us roaring with laughter, which we had a lot of during the speech. And then you could have seconded that with the history of the puppy, where the puppy came from, instead of putting it at the end, because that gave us a slight no. So that history and then rebuilding that into a humorous point or an active point would have been helpful to us. Your gestures were absolutely great, but I would have loved for them to be more purposeful. They were very spontaneous. And I think with practicing them more and practicing at which point each gesture comes, will come the naturalness that comes through them being purposeful. Overall permit, I would say that you took us from one decision to the next, from one growth to the next, intercepted with a lot of hilarious disasters. My recommendation to you would be that you actually take this speech further and enter it into a humorous context should you get the chance. Well done.
Thank you so much, Tanya. And our final speaker was Harold, and his speech will be evaluated by Tanya.
My heart is pounding. I have been focusing on my breathing. And Sharon, unfortunately, I'm going to have to just do this a little bit. Madam Evaluating Chair, fellow Toastmaster members, visitors and guests, and most importantly, Harold. I was intrigued by the title of your speech, which excites me when I see the agenda come out. And then I loved your opening. I saw this, I don't know how old you were, but I saw this little kid who was an average student of maths and who is going to turn to someone who had a passion for maths for life. I'm wondering, that's a hell of a journey to turn from an average student to someone who has a passion for life. So you had my full attention with the title and the opening. As the speech unraveled, you went through very particular stories. Your first one that caught my attention was with Jose. You were appointed as her mentor, and you used the word partnership. And I thought it was a lovely word to capture the relationship you should have between a mentor and a mentee. And getting to the top 5 was a massive success, and your entelechy was achieved re-mentoring. You then went on to talk about Carl Newton, why we should not believe in just simply following your passion, but instead rather develop a skill. Develop that skill, and that skill become a passion. Another very strong message that resonated in mentor-mentee relationships, and something I think personally I'm going to hold on to a lot. And then we went back to you and your relationship with your mentor in maths, and you spoke about corporal punishment. And I could almost see the visual of that blackboard and the compass pin, and almost like the terrifying sensation of, I better not get this question wrong or this next maths algorithm wrong. But as anyone knows, the mentor and the mentee, you have a very special relationship, partnership, and it's a fine balance between reprimand and reward. And when you went from the corporal punishment into when your maths teacher would gently use the word excellent, and how your association to that word grew, and you felt heartfelt and eventually hooked onto that reward system that he was giving you, was a lovely, again, demonstration of mentor and mentee. So for me, it was 3 wonderful stories that had 3 incredibly strong messages that are easy to remember and easy to take out from this meeting and carry with you. At Toastmasters, for those of you who don't know, Harold is actually my mentor. So being up here evaluating him is pretty challenging. But I can tell you that you are a brilliant mentor and you should stop questioning your ability to be a mentor. And anyone who is looking for one, I would recommend the guy in the corner. So doing a recommendation on improvements, given that you are my mentor, is quite a challenge to stand here and do this. But I sat with the committee and they were really, really good. They suggested that eye contact, like Lucinda mentioned, pausing at the table and find one person just to connect with for a moment was an area of improvement. And the second one was incredibly small, but it was the use of gesture. At one stage you said pull in, where it should have been pull in. So I think you've heard that through most of the evaluators. We can exaggerate our gestures maybe a little bit more. At the beginning of the meeting, you said to me, we were asking about where you were going to work on, and you said, I was wondering if I had the potential to reduce hand clasping. This in Teleki was achieved. You almost never clasped your hands. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Tanya. And I'm sure you all agree they were 4 fabulous evaluators. So now you have a very difficult job of choosing which one was the best. Please take another piece off your voting slip and pop it into a graph. Sergeant should be collected. How we evaluate?
Tabletop.
You're finding it. This is supposed to be. It's your first meeting. Somebody can speak. That's the same.
Guys, just going to include your vlogs, Dimitri. So sorry for the times. I kind of got swayed a few times. These ladies coming to the front. Times go. Jana, 3 minutes 40. I should have rung at 3:30. Lucinda, 3:30. Tambu, I think it's around about 3:45. Tanya, 3:45. So yeah, you all went over. I should have been ringing the bell as well. Well, that used the time.
Thank you very much. And now comes the part of the meeting where we get feedback on how long we spoke, how long we didn't speak, how many times we ummed and ahed. Anna, please would you come forward and tell us the ums? Yes, come through. Our encounter Anna leaves.
As our council today, I took my role very seriously. There was a total of 32 ums used.
Yeah.
And there was a total of so used 8 times. I've Googled and I can highly recommend that you replace by using a pause, and you can replace so by accordingly, consequently, hence, therefore, and thus. Thank you very much.
trying to do my best to listen out for that which is of English and the English as well. value of investing in yourself, which is quite interesting. Trina, if you work the program works for you. I think that is good. And for Kisa, taking the stage moment. Mandy, I've got a couple here for you. Set up camp. What do we do when life delivers us adversity? I think that was actually quite good. And then at the same time as well, we do have some of the incorrect usage of the English language. And I've also got some suggestions as well on how it can be improved. Okay, looking at some of the incorrect, for example, to give a deep breath. Suggestion would be to think deeply or deep thought. Okay, and also I made myself a resolution. The correct way would be I made a resolution, which would be much more easier way of saying. And also small beaming face could be corrected to smiling beaming face. Okay, and also always into trouble. The best English way would be always in trouble. And the potential on you, the right way to say it would be the potential in you. And also some of the pronunciation, automatical is a word that was used, and the right way would be automatically, W-R-Y. And lastly, podium. Podium is like a stage. It's something that we stand on. So when we're using this is a suggested way to use. Okay, and then looking at the word of the day, just want to thank those of you. Well, I suppose all of you ended up using it.
Try.
Thanks to Dev, but in particular Cobus, Tambu, and Tanya.